the things that I found really engaging in your statement about serenity was your use of liminal space, space that I would call in between space. I don't know exactly how you might define it, but it's kind of like, in this case, the most obvious example is like, what is that space between darkness and lightness? I mean, what is the space between, I don't know, revelation and fear? The use of this kind of space becomes transformational. So, how
Mhm.
did you arrive at using or thinking about liminal space, and how has it played into how you created this particular series?
Started making it in 2018 um, when I was in grad school. So I'm quite sure that many conversations, critiques and whatnot, liminal space and that sort of art speak came up. And, I took it on because it felt in alignment with the work and the ideas. But I can't say exactly what those conversations were or how I arrived there. Um, but it's important uh, because I think when I heard that term liminal space, I had fairly recently moved to New York. I had never been to the state before I moved there. I had no family close by. I had no friends, that I was familiar with. And so I felt like I was in this in-between space, right? Of the known and the
Mm.
unknown, the past and the present. Um, and so when I started to make Black Serenity and I stripped the world from the work, right? I found myself within the a mental space where it's not physical, but it's in the non-physical. So it just I kept finding myself moving between spaces and never really landing in any one particular area. So yeah, so it's become a really important element in the work to address the way that I myself and others reverse um, spaces of possibility. If you're in between two states, you can really go anywhere, right? You can go left, right, up, down, diagonals, whatever. Like if you kind of visualize it in your head. So yeah, so the liminal space is spaces of possibility for me. Spaces where um, you can really start to direct your own flow of energy, the flow of your life, and yeah, and just the ways that you want to sort of exist in that sense.